These days, walking into any fast food restaurant with nothing but some peasant change of about $1 to $5 and hoping to get a belly-full meal is like hosting a barbecue party during the winter in Antarctica and hoping the cold wouldn't blow out the fire. But what if I told you that less than 20 years ago, $1 or even a few cents could get you a delectable cheeseburger, a Coke, some fries, milkshakes, and even baked potatoes? Yep, you heard that right. It was something called the dollar menu. And boy, believe me when I say those were some good times. So today, we'll be talking about the all-time favorite dollar menu we've all missed. From some of America's biggest fast food chains, how did it all begin? How much success did it bring? And most importantly, where did it all go? Grab yourself some fries and onion rings, let's get right into it. Where it all began. The dollar menu we grew up loving every bit of didn't come along until 2002. However, its earliest beginnings can be traced back to 1989, except that it wasn't known as the dollar menu. It took on another name, the value menu, or better still, the super value menu according to Wendy's, who were actually the first fast food to unveil the cheaper side menu for not so much cash-spending customers. So, what was this super value menu about? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, and as the name implies, it was a great meal offer for a super slashed price featuring 9 different food items. The best part is that each cost only 99 cents and included burgers, chicken nuggets, milkshakes, soft drinks, salads, and baked potatoes. Now, tell me that doesn't sound like a deal too good to be true, except that this was the truth and nothing but the whole truth. But then came the recession in 1990, and America's economy took a literal nosedive. Other fast food chains saw how the value menu influenced Wendy's success, and they thought, hey, why don't we also jump on this bandwagon? So, many, including Taco Bell and McDonald's, immediately slashed the prices of some of their menu items to keep up with Wendy's premium meal, low-cost offerings. But you know the saying, never get too comfortable in life. Apparently, while McDonald's was enjoying their field day with being the biggest fast food chain, another competitor took Wendy's idea to a whole different level. That bold competitor was Burger King, and they brought in the 99-cent Great Taste menu. This included the Whopper Jr. Bacon Cheeseburger, 1 small milkshake, 5-piece chicken nuggets, and medium onion rings. That's a lot of stomach-filling meals, all for just $5. Burger King announced their new menu during the It Just Tastes Better marketing campaign, and the people loved it because not only did it appeal to taste buds, but it also seemed like a better deal than McDonald's. And despite being top of the food chains, let's say McDonald's was a little bit relaxed and failed to compete with a value meal of their own. The birth of the dollar menu. McDonald's may not have been the first fast food chain to come up with the creative innovation of value meals, but you sure won't argue that beating up great meals for low prices has always been their motto to live by. Take, for instance, 1958, when they became recognized as the first fast food chain to bring on what we now know as combo meals. Basically different menu items bundled together in a paper bag in an attempt to provide customers with the more for less strategy, like the popular all-American 3-course meal, which included hamburger, fries, and a milkshake. Even though it wasn't exactly a 3-course meal. The best part? It only cost 52 cents. Imagine that nowadays. Trying to grab a meal with just a couple of quarters would only be possible in dreamland. McDonald's would even market these deals to families, promoting slogans like, "You deserve a break today," and McDonald's, the closest thing to home. And in 1979, they hit the jackpot with the Happy Meal, a combo that every kid literally begged their parents for. If you were born during this era, you could testify to this. For $1.15, you got a burger, fries, a soft drink, a cookie, and a surprise package. Throw in Ronald McDonald and the McDonald's Play Place into the mix, and you have the perfect recipe to lure in families with tight budgets and energetic kids. But as the 70s turned into the 80s, McDonald's shifted its focus to adults. In 1985, they introduced value packs. Not the most appetizing name, but it was basically a combo deal with a burger, fries, and a drink, and it was cheaper than buying each item separately. Then, in 1987, they brought us the super size menu, giving us even bigger portions for just a few extra cents. However, as time passed, more fast food chains entered the scene, and McDonald's faced tough competition, dealing with bargains from rivals like Burger King's $1 Whopper and Taco Bell's 59, 79, and 99-cent deals. When the sales for the Golden Arches slumped again, with stocks falling over 39% in the same year, McDonald's thought of only one thing: to reverse the trend and attempt to boost sales using the permanent discount strategy. This time, instead of each item going for less than $1, they offered select menu items all for just $1. Thus, the dollar menu was born. The McDonald's dollar menu, flop or success? Apparently, McDonald's had to come up with one great big idea since other fast food chains seemed to be on its tail. So they launched a strategy, the Plan to Win strategy, and in 2002, the dollar menu was the new thing in town. More like saying who needs a value menu when McDonald's offers the best dollar menu. And true to the name, everything contained in the dollar menu was, of course, for $1. Customers could enjoy the Michigan sandwich, McVay fries, and the fruit and yogurt parfait, all priced at just $1. The idea was to attract customers with these affordable options and encourage them to spend more on other pricier items. However, as you've guessed, the results didn't turn out as expected. In the first month of the dollar menu, customers were actually spending 3 cents less per visit on average. Some locations started losing money, and franchise owners weren't happy, especially with the double cheeseburger, which they felt was priced too low and unsustainable. Customers were opting for the cheaper alternatives, and depending on local costs, some franchise locations were actually losing money on certain transactions. To resist the dollar menu impact, some rebel franchise owners independently raised the price of the double cheeseburger without corporate approval. They charged $1.19 or $1.39, and certain Manhattan locations never sold it for less than $2. Talk about going rogue. But for almost a decade, McDonald's continued to wrestle with its dollar double cheeseburger dilemma. They had to reassure franchise owners that a better business plan was in the works. The only hitch? They had to figure out how to do it without ditching the whole dollar idea. As early as 2012, McDonald's net income fell from $1.51 billion to $1.46 billion, with the chain reconsidering its low-cost menu. Seems like the dollar menu wasn't one great big idea after all. The new dollar menu. Since the original dollar menu was a total flop, McDonald's had to think and develop another great big idea that would have customers queuing up infinitely for the new offer. That great big idea was launched in 2013 as the dollar menu and more. You didn't expect that either, right? That little and more gave McDonald's a way to keep the dollar menu concept and raise prices on some items, like the McChicken and the double cheeseburger, to $1.69 and $2.19 respectively. But the only problem was that customers loved the old $1 price tag, and suddenly paying double for their usual favorites didn't sit well with them. So the dollar menu and more didn't last long, and McDonald's introduced a new promotion called the McPick 2 in 2015. It brought back the $1 pricing for some items, but there was a catch. You had to buy 2 items to get the deal. But guess what? Even this move upset franchise owners who claimed they were losing money. Some even called it the worst promotion for their cash flow in a decade. Oops. Despite McDonald's woes and failures, other fast food chains took advantage of the situation. Wendy's launched their own 4 for $4 deal, which was a bit pricier than McDonald's, but offered you more meals. Burger King also joined the game, dropping the price of their 10-piece chicken nuggets to $1.49. And customers loved the competition because it brought prices down. As for McDonald's, the journey wasn't getting any easier. Like the dollar menu and the dollar menu and more, the McPick 2 was slowly going down the drain. Eventually, they had to retire from the promotion quietly, but they were still optimistic. And they made a comeback with the McPick 2 for $5. The higher price allowed fancier items like the Big Mac and the 10-piece McNugget to be a part of the deal. However, by then it felt more like ordering from the regular menu, and the promotion sadly again didn't catch on as they hoped. The final straw to the dollar menu. Well, by now we've learned that if there is one thing McDonald's wouldn't do, it is give up. So again, in 2017, they decided to give their dollar menu a facelift, and boy did they get creative this time. Say hello to the $1, $2, $3 dollar menu. A mouthful in more ways than one. Taco Bell couldn't resist poking fun at it, proudly flaunting its own value menu with 20 items, all neatly priced at a single dollar each. Now, the drive-thru should be a breeze, but McDonald's decided to add some math to the mix with this oddly named menu. Despite the raised eyebrows and a few skeptics, the sales shot up by 2.9% in the first 3 months. Not bad, huh? Turns out adding a couple more price points was the secret sauce for McDonald's to turn a profit. Fast forward almost 7 years, and guess what? The $1, $2, $3 dollar menu still stands strong, outlasting every other value meal in the McDonald's lineup. They really threw everyone for a loop with that one, proving that a comeback is totally doable in the fast food game. Who knew a menu could be so resilient?